Hello, this is Mark Painter from PRSNetwork. We recently received a question from one of the attendees for our Urology Advanced Coding and Reimbursement seminar asking how to code for Marcaine. We've got a couple of different things that I wanted to show you. First of all, in using CodingToday, we can try and look up a code for any type of drug. And a couple of things that you need to make sure that you've done is one, spell it correctly, and the other thing, make sure that you're searching the entire site, since we're pretty sure that this is going to pop up in the HCPCS section, but it may actually pop up in some other section. But in this case, we're going to search with the entire site. We're going to click Go once we've put Marcaine in there. And sure enough, we've got a couple of different hits. One on the CPT Assist results, for those of you who subscribe to this. But the other is a HCPCS result. So we'll click into this. And sure enough, here's the code S0020. And you'll notice injection, and I'm not even going to try and butcher this name, but that is the generic name for Marcaine. So there is an S code for this, but that this is status I, which is not valid for Medicare purposes. So unfortunately, we don't have a good way to report Marcaine to Medicare as a drug on its own. This means we could try, if we looked into the overall coverage, to report the code as J3490 or an unlisted code and use the NDC from the appropriate vendor. But we also have to consider another thing, and one of the reasons that Medicare doesn't have a J code specifically for Marcaine, and that is that local anesthetic for any procedure is part of the global package. And if you look behind the scenes at the actual supply cost for any of the particular procedures for which anesthetic is, or local anesthetic is commonly used, you will actually see that there is at least a small allowance for injectable anesthetic drugs for local anesthesia included in the practice expense, usually in the non-facility setting, because the facility is paid for it separately and differently. So unfortunately, there is a reason for the non-J code, or a reason for no J code relative to Marcaine, and that's because it's usually bundled into other services. If you were using Marcaine for an actual treatment, and you felt that you had the medical necessity and the documentation that could support that this was not a local anesthesia, but in fact a medically necessary treatment, you might be able to try the appropriate injection code and the J code, but be prepared to submit documentation and support it. For more information on how to get AUA CodingToday, or for more training on AUA CodingToday and information, please click the link below. Thank you.